Georgia. This is amazing because back 4 years ago, a really, I would say, rotten campaign ad was run by saxby+chambliss to defeat Max+Cleland, who had lost, was a triple amputee coming out of the Vietnam War. Here's the ad that ran 4 years ago, 6 years ago.
America faces terrorists and extremist dictators. Max+Cleland runs television ads claiming he has the courage to lead. He says he supports President Bush at every opportunity, but that's not the truth. Since July, Max+Cleland has voted against the president's vital homeland security efforts 11 times. Max+Cleland says he has the courage to lead, but the record proves Max+Cleland is just misleading.
Brutal ad, and that's what John McCain thought it was. Here's what he said about that ad in 2002, quote, "I'd never seen anything like that ad. Putting pictures of Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden next to the picture of a man who left 3 limbs on the battlefield, it's worse than disgraceful. It's reprehensible." But here's what saxby+chambliss had to say. Anyway, he's up there now. John McCain's out there campaigning with him now.
Well, look,
this week.
He's got a choice between a Democrat and a Republican. He obviously supports the Republican in the race. It's a no-brainer for him. But
per se,
and look, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's campaigning for him because I figured he'd be, he'd be sick of running around the country. You don't see Obama down there campaigning for the Democrat yet, and there'll be a little bit of pressure on him from Chuck Schumer and some of these other folks in the Senate to, at the very least, send some high-level surrogates and get his political operation down there.
Okay, let's talk about. Well, double talk. Why is John McCain once again spinning 180 degrees here, Chris? I mean, here's the guy that said this guy broke the rules with a dirty, rotten ad against a guy who gave so much for his country, and now he's campaigning with the guy blissfully.
Well,
what is this?
Chris, I think
is this just politics?
I mean, yes,
just politics.
The short answer is yes, it is just politics. He's the just defeated Republican nominee for president. A special election, this runoff on December 2nd that saxby+chambliss and a guy named Jim Martin, the Democrat, are going to have is going to really be about turning out your base. It's an odd day for an election. Most people won't be voting. But I do think that it gets to this issue of who is the real John McCain. That was one of the big storylines in this campaign. A lot of people fell in love with John McCain in 2000. Maverick, willing to say things against his party. But then, in order to get the nomination, remember, that was 2000. The quote you just cited denouncing saxby+chambliss, 2002. By 2004, 2006, 2008, he was preparing to run for the Republican nomination. In order to do that, he had to adhere to these sort of more traditional belief systems there. I don't know if we're going to see John McCain maybe swing back more to that independent deal maker in the Senate or not. But there's a real question about whether who is John McCain really? Is he the guy who ran for president in 2000 or 2008?
The old expression was to go along, get along, or get along, go along. He was never like that. He is like that in this instance. Maybe nobody's perfect. We'll be right back with Ryan, Liz, and Chris Liz with more of the Politics Fix. You're watching Hardball, only on MSNBC.